catch the first part of it.
Man, I've been sitting over here playing my phone. Why my phone ain't working?
But you said we was getting audio earlier.
I thought so, but we are now.
Hey, shout out to Pops, y'all. He running it all,
I ain't
man.
running all by himself.
You know, he running this all by, and we don't fault him none for nothing. You know that go on this shit.
Well, I'm glad you didn't hear me,
Because-
Club Shay Shay, because Club Shay Shay got it just a minute ago. But
Yeah. If y'all wanna hear about Shannon Sharpe,
Yeah.
Just start over, man. You didn't get that far into it.
well, all we was doing was really just talking about Shannon Sharpe and his preference to.
They need to hear about the 25 plus.
Oh, yeah. It seems like they heard because I got people that was viewing up here.
Lord, so what they say?
Well, they didn't say nothing. They just viewing. I have been a victim of the same thing as what we saying that Shannon Sharpe is doing on the other side is what Pop wanted me to reiterate for y'all that didn't catch the first part of the show.
Yeah.
People that was 25 plus, I wasn't even born yet. Still,
Right.
You know?
mean, man, but this thing, it goes on back to middle school, to high school days, bro. Like, man, we all known the girl that was in 6th grade, 8th grade, messing with somebody that was way older.
Well, we knew
that shit. Like, man, that's not. I ain't finna sit here and cap. And she held it as a badge.
1977, 1976.
You hear me?
Yes.
She held it as a bad shit. And I don't mean to call out some of you coaches, but some of you
call
coaches,
them out.
some of you coaches was getting rumored for messing with some of the girls that was our age. So I don't want to hear it either.
Some famous basketball player's
Shit.
dad was,
You know what I
doing
mean?
that,
And
yeah.
then even when I was coming up and I was hearing about some of these teachers messing with the young dudes, I was sitting there like, damn, that shit ain't never happened to me. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? So let's not act like this shit ain't going on.
We wanted it to.
Yeah.
we did.
Those was a couple teachers, boy, I would've- But
Even back in elementary,
you know what I'm saying?
boy, we was,
yeah, I mean, but they was doing it in elementaries too.
Yeah,
I remember it was a couple teachers and they was sitting on kids' laps and we was like, what the fuck?
yeah, we was like, what's happening?
Yeah, like what's going on?
What is
You know, and just
going
whenever
on?
you wasn't thinking that it was like actually going on.
your parents about this.
Hey, this is before I knew about pedophilia.
Hey, you
and-
know how we come in and we tell y'all later on.
Yeah, we tell y'all later
what's
on.
happening. We can't get no
but
whooping.
I also just confessed that I wasn't getting none of that action. Shit, it wasn't nobody that was sitting on my lap. I mean, shit.
We got sis in the building too. Mimi, she said tragic.
Tragic, yeah,
Definitely
it
is tragic, man. Some tragic stuff going on. Man.
Yeah. Watch it. Hide your kids. Hide your babies.
kids and hide your wives too, because
shit was going down in school, man, and nobody say.
And I just back on the Shannon Sharpe topic. We started out with Tracy
Ellis Ross.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
She was just recent. She was on Michelle Obama's
Said, man,
podcast,
was it?
and said she only dates young dudes because the old dudes her age are too toxic. So she
Too
only
toxic, but
yeah.
the young dudes ain't.
I
toxic.
wonder why they
no.
toxic.
I don't know.
But the dudes, the younger
she
than her
said
ain't
they were
toxic?
toxic, and she only dates the young dudes.
Hold
so
on,
that-
let's break that down.
Hold on.
And
What's up,
that's
Sarah?
what
In the
got-
building, Big O Live. What's happening?
Yeah,
into that.
so let's break that down. So you think that they not toxic because they're trying to impress the older lady, and so they keeping they horn dog at bay? Is that
They
is
don't
that what?
care.
I don't
they
think
just
that's-
they
I don't think that's the
they-
toxic part
they
of it.
looking at her and she read the dude Shannon Sharpe's.
Oh, Maurice. What was her name? Oh, my shit, Maurice.
Yeah, she read the dude Shannon Sharpe's, and they like, yeah, okay.
But that's not toxic.
Hey, man, I think what it is, because, I didn't live through this a little bit, is that
Now you didn't live through it.
What's
You
up,
talking
Steve?
about? You talking about with the being the older man messing with the young ladies or what?
nah, being the younger man, being messed with by the older lady.
I was trying to get perspective on the point of view. That's all I'm saying. So,
All right,
So was it you being the older man messing with the younger woman, or you talking about you being the younger man messing with the older lady?
Hey, sis said it's the attention they give them. But oh my goodness, man, this topic right here, man. But
Is she speaking from experience too, or what?
I don't know if she's speaking from experience.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I thought I'd ask. I gotta ask all questions like a detective in this motherfucker.
Because some women is on the young side, and then they messing with the older dude. Because they like a more mature or a more put together.
But what I'm saying is, it's always been like this. It's always been like this. And
but what if we?
we're not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
But we trying to get through the Tracy Ellis Ross part, and then get on the Shannon Sharpe.
mean, but
because we always skip
but
over there, even as the women they skip
But
over
what
that
I'm
part.
saying is that it's always been a factor right there in front of our eyes that we have seen the younger lady or young lady messing with the older man, and then we've also seen the older woman messing with the younger man. We've seen both sides of the field.
I'm 77. I graduated 78. Shit, the whole time I was in high school, the security guards was always coming around the corners with some of not my classmates. Well, classmates.
Yep.
They was
Come on
They
now.
come around the corner from with your classmates, and
Now,
you
is
just
this-
like go.
Is
Yeah.
Is you saving yourself here and they wasn't saying, "Hey, Clarence"?
No, it was, of course, I was my best friend. They was always coming back from some corner or somewhere, and that's 77,
So you saying they was having a field session?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean field.
Yeah, they was doing biology classes out there. Yeah,
It was. I guess it all just depends on where you draw your line, because I've dated younger women before, and it's like there's a line I'm just gonna draw in the sand to where you like, oh, you a baby, you know what I'm saying? I can't fuck with you, man. But it's like some people just ain't got no line.
Yeah, I mean because
that's just gonna be that's just keeping it.
well, I could say too, as being out here in the world too, man, you don't get that line all the time.
But my disappointment in Shannon Sharpe is how you put yourself in this position when you know the main objective for 90% of the women that you are attracted to. You messing with OnlyFans models, dude. You messing with OnlyFans models.
Is that what
bro.
the young girl is?
She was an OnlyFans model, bro.
Well, shit, man, them
She
the
on
ones.
OnlyFans, and she's
them the
fresh.
one- them
And
the
she's a
ones-
fresh 19. Come
them
on.
the ones that's making it look too good, bro.
I get it. I get
That's-
it.
they
But at the
getting
same
paid
time,
to
at
do
the
this.
same time, I'm not mad about you being a horn dog. I get that. I understand that. You got money. You still in great athletic shape.
Mhm.
You're a Hall of Famer. I
Yeah.
get it. But at
Uh,
the same damn time, you gotta move
sex-
smarter than what you moving, bro.
Sex been selling.
I get it.
But on this scale, sex has been it's been produced and made to sell more though.
Right.
So with those upper echelon dudes, or what they would say a higher value man,
Let me ask you this.
come on with it.
You got Club Shay Shay. You on ESPN. You a Pro Bowl Hall of Famer, bro.
All right.
Are you gonna be out here moving like that
I'm gonna tell you.
to where somebody can possibly dip into
We
Daryl
can-
Mitchell's pocket?
I can say no, but look, I'm
The
gonna
way
tell
people ask you for
I'ma-
money now.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm still a man, and I don't know.
Just answer the question.
That's why I am. I'm saying I don't know if he has children, but if I'm answering for Daryl Mitchell, I don't have children, so I'm gonna be out here doing my thing.
To where a woman can potentially say that you raped her and she
Oh,
gonna
hell
get
no, I ain't
50 M's, bro?
I ain't gonna set myself up for that now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Come on.
For me, no.
I ain't gonna set myself
No.
up.
Hell no.
I'm
You
I
know.
would in this day and age. I'm nobody,
Yeah.
and I'm careful.
Yeah.
Thank you, but that's what I'm saying
I
about
I'm
about
nobody.
Lil Man.
I ain't
That's
got
why-
shit, and I'm careful.
That's why you take them to, you take them out to eat, and you sit at the bar.
right.
If
right.
they can lie to me all day long,
Right.
Right?
can they lie to that other person?
In his case, she can go to she got to be 21 to drink.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Right?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So if I pull up,
That's
and
why he
they-
said go to the bar.
yeah, if I
Like,
take it to the bar, they gonna ask for IDs.
Mhm.
uh-huh.
If she could have showed me or lied to me about something, they know more about fake IDs, know more about people coming
Right.
in.
It's
and
almost like a third party voucher
yeah.
Yeah.
So come on with. So I'm taking you through a
through a process
yeah.
Right.
where he's gonna be able to verify that he's messing with somebody of consent.
Well, I'm gonna truthfully, in his case, I think he's really only in trouble because of the deviant shit.
I get the deviant shit, but even you being set up by the deviant shit, you don't see the setup coming, my brother. You don't see the setup coming to where she's baiting you into having something on paper. There's
yeah.
something that I do when I'm at work. I specifically ask my boss something on through a text message
Right.
or send him
email.
email or something.
yeah.
So that way it's documented.
Yeah.
That I asked you this,
Yeah.
or that I went down this
Yeah.
road with you. So the first time that you pull me into a room and then somebody say you didn't do X, Y, and Z, we just had a dude get fired at the job, right?
Yeah.
Now, okay, He's been doing PMs. PMs is like that's preventative maintenance for people that don't know in maintenance world. Okay, in preventative maintenance, that's one of the key things that they gonna fire your ass over whenever you working at one of these jobs. Okay, that means that you gotta have your shit documented that you did it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't write him up the first time that they found out that he did something wrong. They sent his ass home.
Right.
Now he gotta go look for another way to feed his daughter.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't set yourself up like that whenever you are a man of that stature. Whenever you got something that can potentially harm everybody that's in your family.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Setting up the way is fucking with the way you about to feed your family.
The way you feeding your family, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna affect your family. You can't do it. So you being Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Fame Pro Bowler, you cannot set yourself up to where you got a young lady that's 19, an OnlyFans model, bait you into something that she can accuse you of rape of. I'm sorry, man, but you fell for that hook, line, and sinker, my brother.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do I believe he did it? No,
Doing
that's my
good,
personal
doing good.
opinion.
Yeah. Well.
Real good.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion. You know, she probably came up with the idea in the room. I ain't gonna say into that, but you know what I'm saying? Who knows what's going on? I'm just saying that most young ladies this age that's got an OnlyFans page has something in mind whenever they messing with a Pro Bowl Hall of Fame.
Shit already.
They doing freaky shit already, and they trying to get that check.
This situation takes me to the movie still, because it's just like you never know. Like with these people being there, like Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
You never know, like what script they playing now.
Right.
You know, if this is real,
right,
or is this because of why is it so one sided?
Right.
You know, instead of know, or he can't come in and say he ain't pushing the blame on somebody else, or you know, it's just always being pushed to the one side.
Oh, you saying like this whole thing is a script,
and
it might be a script because they saying that the same dude that's the lawyer for this young lady is the lawyer for the person that was accusing Jay-Z of some shit.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then I don't know why a damn judge ain't looking at him being like, "Hey, bro, wasn't you in here like 2 weeks ago for the same shit?"
They not,
like,
they
you know
not
what I mean?
supposed
Well,
to do that.
that's part of their system though.
Yeah.
That's
You know
what
what I mean?
That's
Like,
what I'm
Judge
saying.
is not supposed to be pre-judgmental.
Okay, but at the same time, it should be illegal for you to get caught in the act of fabricating a story. You should be able to look at jail time too. There shouldn't be some mystery case to where all of this shit just blooms away and, you know, let bygones be bygones. Man, you done already ruined my reputation.
Well, that's the thing about the law,
I'm
man.
fucked.
If you know the law, you can play the law.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But yeah, but there should be more people going to jail for false allegations.
And
rather
these people already got their system set up with their lawyers to where they already know how to maneuver through this. And this ain't the first time that they like doing this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because what he gonna tell her is, don't tell me what you did. Just tell me, you know, the accusations. Don't tell me what you did.
What you actually did.
Right. And that's his out.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm just doing by what she told me.
Yeah. And man, he fell for a hook, line, and sinker, man. And now she possibly looking at getting half of that new contract that he just got.
He's not gonna get that.
Hell no, they
not gonna get half of it.
She gonna dip into the archive funds.
They probably trying to get him out of there just because I don't think that they got full control over that show.
Right. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, he done with the show, bro.
Well, I'm saying that
everything that's involved with ESPN, he out of
over.
there. Yeah, it's just like on some Jonathan Major shit. And it's so crazy because everything that Cat Williams was saying, it keeps coming to fruition. Man. He said that they could end you in 2 weekends.
2 weekends. It's been 2 weekends.
He said you could be King the Conqueror.
Then he had Monique on, and she tried to warn him.
And she tried to warn him.
And then he did a podcast with, what's his name? Ocho Cinco?
Ocho Cinco.
Yeah, and it was on there talking shit, talking about, nigga, I date my wage. Y'all talking about date your age. Nigga, I date my wage.
Man.
I got the money for these chicks.
Yep.
So, okay.
Yep.
There you
go.
That means your variety is up.
Right. Now you sitting up here wanting the black community to rally around you and give you some kind of protection. You know, fuck that shit, man. Stupid bastards. All of these dudes. And I thought about that in Sinners. This is just another thing that I thought about, is that they were trying to raise funds to do something. And all of these dudes, Diddy, Kelly, Bill Cosby. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. These motherfuckers are just throwing away millions.
Right.
And
They just out there throwing it away millions of dollars where they could be building shit for the community.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they just throwing it away.
But that's part of the problem is that you got these people that are sitting on this pedestal and they don't want to give back to their communities. You know, I'd rather go freak it off and go give this 19-year-old with OnlyFans $50 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like they came too though.
It's you can.
Yeah, man.
You can. There's ways to get around this shit. I mean, hell, a drop in the bucket would be, you know, I mean, man, bro. I mean, hell, $1 million or $2 million would change lives throughout the community.
Change lives.
It would change lives, man. And you just paid for this girl's whole life over nothing.
With $50 million.
With $50 million, bro.
So
I mean, so you could do
did
something
that
for
with
the
25
community.
people.
Yeah, you. I mean, hell, even you can even do it through a third-party foundation, and you could change lives out here with $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
man,
don't think
so
that's why I said I don't think that they can.
Of course I think that they can because
don't
it
think they
happens
can.
all the time. So you
So
telling
you,
me
you
that
trying to
some,
say that they
certain
selfish
people?
with their money?
Yes, bro. Hell yeah.
Mm,
You like Floyd Mayweather and you want to walk around with $1 million in your backpack.
dumb.
He's another one.
You see what I'm saying?
Because
Dumb as
the,
hell.
I've never been able to respect that, and it always is going back and forth conversation with people who are like, well, he earned it, he worked for it, but it's dumb, bro.
it's dumb.
It's dumb as
Yeah.
fuck. You not only are you threatening your own life, but you threatening the people that are around you.
Just put the money in the bank and donate the interest.
I mean, yeah, you can even do that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you walking around with $1 million, everybody knows you got $1 million on you.
Yeah.
You don't think that somebody ain't sitting there plotting on your ass while you sitting around carrying this Gucci bag with
Yeah.
fucking $1 million in it?
Yeah.
I mean,
ain't
man,
trying to
come
do
on,
that
man. You got to move smarter.
That's why I
That's
say I
all
don't
I'm
think
saying
that-
is just got to move smarter. Let's get into this movie review, man. Let's get into this movie review. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. When I first seen the movie reviews that were coming out, they were quite disappointing.
About sinners.
About Sinners. That's the movie that we talking about today. And we all went and seen it because
Yeah.
I know y'all missed the first part.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we was elaborating is
Yeah,
that
first
we
part was
all
too
took
intense.
time out of our day
Yeah.
to go see this movie. Pop went and seen it in the morning yesterday. Me and my brother went and seen this motherfucker this morning. So this is a fresh movie review. You getting live and direct, first response, real time,
Mm-hmm.
active duty
Mm-hmm.
of the Sinners movie review. Like we ain't talked to each other about this shit, and like I said, it was so good. It was getting so good. We was about to go 5 minutes early.
Hell yeah, man.
So
And I'm telling you, Pop did not. Hey, man, this is his topic, man.
this is his topic. This is his idea.
It been stewing, man. So we need to go ahead and get with it, man.
Yep. So now, first of all, whenever I first seen the movie reviews, they were not good. As I said, man, it was kind of like a split deal between the black community about the Sinners movie. Of course, you got a lot of people that was saying that it was a flop because it didn't hit the numbers that you were saying that it hit.
No, it didn't hit. They weren't saying it was a flop. They were trying to say and insinuate. I don't know why, because it's a $90 million is low budget.
Right. It's a low budget movie.
It's not a B movie, but it's low budget.
Right.
$90 million is nothing to Hollywood to make a movie.
Right.
They spend $200-300 million on a movie.
So, I mean, 50.
Yeah, I
Like
think
it
Marvel
shit.
spends $200 million
Yeah.
on the
I
average.
mean, right.
for all of that shit.
So
This-
$90 million is a low, high grade movie. And the first thing out of a verse, I forget the name of this magazine, was they only made $60 million, and they probably ain't gonna make they're not gonna hit the break even. You know, and there people was going $60 million on the first weekend,
Right.
and it's only a $90 million movie. Are you stupid?
Right.
Shit, you got
Where
30
you-
more to go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
All
he's
you gotta do
already
is sit
got
down
it.
and
I
wait.
think now is just the second weekend, correct?
Right, and he's
And
over.
he's over $161
$1
million.
million, yeah.
So, I mean, I looked at while I'm going to go look up the cast and
Yeah.
shit, and they said that it was already doing $161 million, and that's in the
Yeah.
box office. So I was like,
So
wow.
people are like, are you stupid? And this movie's it was getting great ratings from the Rotten Tomatoes and all them kind of people.
Right.
It's just a lot of controversy. A lot of people, black people, were going, it's just a movie.
And that's this is why I had said what I said. Like, I get what they saying when they say that. It's because they don't understand.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what we were saying.
You know, and it's
Exactly
a
what we
lot
were
of stuff that's happening in there to try to keep up with.
I mean, Angie, when I talked to her about it, they just want to tell me don't go see that shit because it's got all this voodoo in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
See,
like,
and that's just
It's a
that's
split.
one
It's
that's
a
one
split.
part of it.
It's a split in the community, and I feel like that. You know, if it flew over your head, it flew over your head, and it's okay to admit that.
Yeah.
But that's what the reviews that I'm reading was getting. It was like I had one dude said, "Man, fuck that trash ass movie. It was a musical," and I was like, "Interesting."
He didn't
Like,
get it
like
though.
he didn't, like he didn't,
He didn't get it.
he didn't
Yeah.
see it. And then
Nah,
you
he
had
didn't
some
get it.
people who was like, "It was alright," and then you had some people that was like, "Man, did I miss something in the movie?"
You definitely did.
You know what I'm saying? They was
We
actually
all
took this, they
did,
took this to
you know.
Facebook and was like, "Man,
Yeah.
did I miss something in the movie?"
yeah.
And it just me, my personal opinion, I feel that if you're thinking that we're all just one and we're all kumbaya and shit, then yeah, there was probably some parts that you missed in the movie.
This is one of those movies that I do recommend for people to watch as a watch party
Right.
and have talks over it.
Right. If you don't think that there's an agenda, you know, to affect us all as a people, then I feel like you missed parts of this movie.
Yeah.
There was parts that went directly over your head.
I mean, one of the first critiques I saw of it is that there's twin brothers, Smoke and Stack. Smoke is with Annie, the black lady, and Stack is with Mary, the white lady.
Well, she said she
And
was
the
black
first
though.
things I saw was that Annie looked like his mama.
Yeah.
And there was all of this colorism shit because she's dark skinned and big boned or whatever you want to say. She's not a good love
She's not the
interest.
baddie type.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude,
And then they
y'all
put the other one next up to her to make it seem.
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
Yeah.
already?
Right. I mean, but he was already playing on your psyche because one of them likes to wear red, one of them likes to wear blue,
Right.
one of them's
right.
wild,
Right.
the other one's conservative. You see what I'm saying? But he's already playing on your psyche right there at the beginning of the movie, and you don't like one's about his business, the other one just wants the money. He's greedy and don't
trying
give a
to play.
fuck. And he trying to play. He trying
Yeah.
to get to it.
Yep.
He's wild.
Uh-huh.
You know, he's about that life.
I also took that as first of all, clone part. I said it to you. I said, could that be his clone right there? But the second thing I said too, it could be him playing like showing us fighting with ourselves too.
Yeah. Because
yeah.
that's your higher and your
Yeah.
lower self fighting
Yes.
with
I mean, if you go and read all the stuff about the movie, their names is like his is like Elijah, and the other one's name is like Isaiah,
Elias.
Elias, and that's Greek for Elijah. So whoever his parents were, named them the same, but gave one a different sounding meaning or whatever you want to put.
And then what was another thing that was crazy about it is Smoke and Stack. So Smoke Stack.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like
It's like a warning signal.
right.
Yes.
SOS.
Yeah, there you go.
Like pay
it is.
attention to this.
But if you think that we all need to dress the same, we need to act the same, I can see these subliminal messages going over your head. Like we all need to wear the same shoe. We all need to, I get looked at all the time because I don't eat meat. Why you don't eat meat?
And
You don't like barbecue?
And they look.
You know what I'm saying? You don't like chicken? So it's like if you feel like we all need to come from the same ideology or the same background of life, then I can see you missing some points of this movie. I can honestly see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially those that they have a little infighting within themselves. I can see you missing points of this movie. Like you just a movie. I'm just gonna brush it off like that, and it's not. There's a lot of hidden messages in it, and I gotta tip my hat to Ryan Coogler, man, for pulling all of these rabbits out of his hat, man. And he's really playing with the psyche. I mean, regardless if you like the movie or if you didn't like the movie, people are talking about it.
Yes.
And I think that all by itself is a success. You know what I'm saying? I also love the history of the music as a tool for healing. Like there was a part though. Hey, and just so you know, there's gonna be spoilers in the movie. Let me just throw out the disclaimer right now.
Fuck that. We spoiling the movie right now.
I'm just
folks that ain't even seen.
I'm just gonna throw that out right there and there. So if you trying to go see the movie first and then come back and then watch this video, most definitely come back and then watch the video. It's been up here. It's been pre-screened that we was gonna talk about this.
Yes.
So please exit now if you don't want to hear spoilers of the movie because we're gonna talk about all this shit. But I love the history of music as it being a tool because there's a section that they're on the dance floor and they go from rock and roll. They go from from hip hop.
Yeah.
There's African drums. So basically, he's basically telling you throughout the movie the history of how music is used as a tool for black folk.
The frequency.
Yeah, the frequency.
Not just black folks, for humanity.
Because we're vibrational beings.
Yeah.
We're vibrational beings. Your vibration is basically how you mingle through this experience.
Because he showed that as them being like, because they were supposed to be white, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so
because I kind of took it as an Italian type of dude.
They're Irish.
Yeah.
And and for some reason, blacks and Irish have this relationship for some reason. And you keep hearing about Irish this. The Irish was the patty men. They arrested black people back in the slave days.
Right.
So it's always been these black and Irish type deals, but the Irish were always poor people.
Weren't they slaves at one point in time?
Yeah, I think they were.
Okay, so
they had to feel us.
And one of the spoilers at the end, he tells homie, he starts singing this little light of mine, and he says, "Yeah, when the man came and took my land, he was singing that song too,
right?
And ran us off my land." And he said, and he told Sam, that's preacher boy. He told him, he said, and I still sing that song myself, just for comfort, even though, it's such tragedy behind.
Well, if you notice, everybody
just,
that was in the movie that kind of rubbed shoulders or was like commingling with the black people in the movie were also oppressed people too.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they also had the Koreans in the store that owned the grocery store?
Chinese.
It was Chinese, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're also an oppressed people too.
Right.
So it's like, they're not necessarily treated fairly by,
the white race.
the American society of 1932.
Now, what's the trip is
especially during World War II.
There's a documentary that's out about Mississippi back in the slave days and how the Chinese were the go-betweens between the whites and the blacks.
Right.
They served stores to white people, stores to the black people, and that it was a lady. It tripped me out because I saw the documentary, and the little Asian lady, she had black mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
She had her hair all done up.
Well,
like
if you noticed in the movie,
and she was sitting with her legs crossed, and I was like, dude, it's like she's black.
Well, if you notice in the movie, they had black mannerisms. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What you want?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, go get mom across the street, and the little girl go over there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She go over there, she get behind the register. Papa wants you.
Yeah.
Like, go get your ass over there. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that was a trip too. Like, they in the hood. They know what they doing. They've been doing this shit.
It was
the same thing.
They're not afraid.
It's
the
same thing as the Asian family that owns something in the hood today.
Yeah, I mean, the black people were more scared of the Smokestack brothers than the Asian people were.
Right.
They were like, "Hey man, what's up?
Like, what you been up to?
Where you been?
I
mean,
same shit.
Black people was like, "Oh shit, you Smokestack?"
Right.
Oh.
Right.
That could be another depiction on you going after your own though.
Right. But see, I also thought that it was deep that he showed the barrier of how the music is used as a healing method, and then the perversion of the music being used to infiltrate into the system.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he comes in and he automatically knows, because I looked at Little Man whenever they were all in tune with each other and they knew the choreography.
Right.
At the doorstep. They just met each other, but they was able to play the banjo and everything else, and they choreographed it with each other and shit. And they was like, damn, they a good little act.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's using that music in order to infiltrate into their system.
Yeah, that was to let them in.
You see what I'm saying?
We put you in that. Well, I'm getting deep into it now. What they talking about, that witchcraft and all that?
Yeah,
right.
They was getting deep into that, so they was like, you see how it was playing on the other, on one Michael B. Jordan, and it wasn't playing on the other one.
Right, because you see how Stack, as he sent Mary out to go talk to all three of them, they sitting there playing again.
Right.
she didn't start getting alarmed until a homeboy's eyes start turning red.
Right.
So it's like, I bring you in.
She was already in that trance.
She's
Right.
already in that trance.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as you playing the flute to the snake coming out the box.
Right.
So now you relaxed.
Right.
And then when you're not expecting it, we already got you surrounded,
Right.
baby. It's the same thing as what you used to tell me is like they used to come in and they'd have liquor and then they have and they have drinks and they be preaching and then the next thing you know you waking up and you in chains.
You in chains.
It's the same thing. So let your guard down. Yeah, the vibrations have hit you and it pulled on your heartstrings.
Yes.
And then before you know it, the liquor has sobered you up and you already captured.
Right.
It's deep.
It's deep.
This movie is very deep.
So, and then I also thought that it was a trip that he tapped into your ancient spirituality. You know what I mean?
Right.
What you was doing before, you was ingrained into the American society or way of things, and then also the perversion, of what was being forced on a lot of us back then too. Because like you said, with him saying that. They were singing it. They says they was taking my land.
Yeah.
He's singing a church hymn.
I mean, yeah, he's singing this little light of mine.
So I honestly question people not going to go see it because of the voodoo and the spirituality. When I remember being back in church whenever I was a little boy, and we used to take the bread of Christ, and we used to drink the blood of Christ too. That's a form of spirituality and voodoo as well.
Getting too deep, man.
I'm just being honest with you, bro. I'm just being honest with you. So it's like you tapping into one spirituality, but you're not
tapping into this one.
What always tripped me out about
get that
church,
too,
we tried to join a little local church, and they split my family up. They took my kids.
I remember you saying that.
They took my kids to one place. They took me to another room, and they took my wife to another room, and I did not like that.
Yeah, so you're not able to tell what they're being, what your child is being taught.
What's being fed into their brain. Yeah.
And this is a black church, and it's local, and I did not like that.
Right, and I remember you saying that.
I remember the dude got mad at me because he asked me, he had this little question, how much would you give a stranger? $5, and I said, yeah, I've given a stranger $5 before.
Right.
$10? I said, I'm giving a stranger $10, man. He $20? I said, Dude, really?
Right.
$20? Right. Yes, I've given $20 to somebody. Well, have you ever given them $100? He got all upset. And I was like, dude, I'm not stupid. But if I bumped into somebody and they needed, oh man, I'm down on my luck. Give me what's fucking $5?
Right.
What is $5, man?
Right.
What's $20?
Yep.
I mean, but $100? Yeah, nigga, now you talking about me feed my family.
Yeah, now I have to say, hold up, man.
Yeah, I gotta hold up.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that $100 could change something or affect something that's going on with me.
But this man is working for the church, and he's mad at me because I'm answering these questions, and he's acting like I'm making him look bad.
Right.
And
and I did not like that about the church.
Right.
Hey, I don't know if you got this in your notes, but one thing I did want to ask y'all about, where do you think that the white man came from?
I don't know. It's a good question because the Indians was chasing him.
They also have a fallen angel theory that was deep on that.
That's what my mama said.
Yeah, because they said that whenever he first came out, you could see his back was sweaty.
Yeah, he was burning.
And then y'all also know that Satan per se is supposed to be an angel,
a fallen angel
that was gifted
with the verse of song.
With the verse of song.
Right. His voice was beautiful.
So it was deep.
Yeah.
That the entire time he's particularly focused on Sammy.
Right. That's who he wanted.
Who he wanted.
The one that had the sound.
The one that had the sound. And he wanted I give up everything that's in here. Everybody else can go home. But I need Sammy. I need little Sammy.
He was the one that can basically put everybody in a trance.
Yes.
That's what he was doing. Yeah.
Yes. And my thought process is
when they was at the cotton field. And the old girl was like, when do I get to hear you?
Yeah.
That had took me to that point too. It was like, okay, so he one of those artists that pop out and then he have everybody just kind of
just stuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Stuck. Yeah. And I mean, and it's not even him singing. This is just him playing. Because remember at the train tracks, him and then the dude with the harmonica, I forget what that character's name was.
Slim.
Right,
Slim,
Slim.
I think it
Yeah,
was.
but
Yep,
him,
Slim.
those two together, they had a crowd amongst themselves,
themselves.
and that's what was pulling people into
And
the juke joint.
That's who Slack went to get.
Right.
I'm gonna get these two together, and then we're gonna sell out.
We're gonna sell out.
Right.
Yeah, and including with this Irish beer.
Yeah.
So now I got this foreign beer.
Beer.
Everybody's wondering what it tastes like. It's gonna be good and cold.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a new juke joint that just popped up out of nowhere.
Right.
And I got these two that's in there performing at
Right.
a long week's worth
Right.
of week.
Right.
I mean, worth of work.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we're gonna sell out.
Yeah. We're gonna sell out.
You know what I mean? And then I also thought that it was a trip that Ryan Coogler, he tapped into the failure of trust in individuals that look like us that he used as tools to get us in. Because once he turned them, he was just sending them right back in through the door.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Mary, whenever she came back, everything looked good.
Yeah.
She didn't have no bite,
Nah.
no blood,
Right.
but she had already got in previously.
But the black people had deformities.
They had their,
Yeah.
Well, she had a deformity, but it was covered up.
Covered up.
Her back.
Yeah.
yeah. it
But
was
theirs
covered up.
wasn't.
What's his
was
name?
being
Cotton
seen.
Boy, or whatever they called him. He wasn't deformed, but she said, "You been bringing your big ass up."
He
to the
was
door."
kind of deformed. His face.
Wait,
was
Nah, that's
different.
after he got shot.
That's that. Yeah, he
Oh,
got
yeah,
shot.
That's after
yeah.
he got shot.
Yeah,
Who
you
did she
so
throw
right.
the pickle juice on?
She threw the pickle juice on Remy or whatever his name was.
Nah, one of the twins. I mean, Michael B.
Nah,
Jordan.
it was Remy, the vampire that was started it all.
Yeah.
She threw it on him.
Oh yeah,
he
yeah,
said
yeah,
he
yeah.
said garlic,
Yeah.
and then he
Yeah.
ran.
When
yeah,
they,
Remick.
because that was
My bad.
after
That's
after
his
they
name,
invited him in.
And I
And,
just want to say also there was a shout out to John Carpenter. And the horror director, John
John Carpenter.
You
Yeah.
remember in The Thing when they all in the room and he said, "We're gonna draw some blood and find out who's
Oh
on."
yeah.
They said, "Here, you gonna eat your garlic."
Yeah.
Man, that was fucking brilliant,
Yeah, man.
I was like, "Oh shit!"
Well,
man.
you said he
Yeah.
kicks it with what
Yeah,
other
he-
director?
with, Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
Nolan, yeah.
He kicks it with Christopher
Yeah,
Nolan, so
yeah.
I can see him tapping into these other directors'
Directors,
methods
yeah.
and then paying homage to him. I don't see
Right.
nothing wrong with this
Yeah,
shit,
there's
man.
nothing wrong with that.
I don't see
man.
nothing wrong with
I
this
was
shit
like,
at
man,
all.
this is fucking brilliant.
I just think
'Cause
that
look
it's
at people
deep that he-
going,
Yeah, this shit is nasty.
Look at niggas like, nigga,
Hey
wrong
man,
with
what's
you?
going on with you, bro?
What's going on with you?
Hey, don't make me shoot you.
Can't eat garlic, man.
He's
Yeah.
like, man, he's like this catfish
Yeah.
and this beer and shit fucking me up. He's like, I'm cool, man. I'm
Yeah,
cool.
I'm cool.
Like, all right, man.
All right.
My mama said the bad angle in dropping out the sky is what she was talking about.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
look like that.
That's
'Cause
why.
yeah.
That's
And
why
he's
it
got
made-
the Indians after him.
Yeah, and the natives was after him like immediately.
Yeah.
And then another thing that somebody else pointed out, it wasn't me, but I was looking at this other review and they said you noticed at the beginning of the movie the crows was circling. So it's like
I
the
did not see.
it's
I
like-
have to go back and
so
look.
it's almost like the law of the land already knew that death was approaching.
But you know what? At the end of the movie, that goes, "You sold me a slaughterhouse." It was
Yep.
supposed to be in a sawmill.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
Well, that goes back to whenever they
What
came
kind
to
of
the
slaughterhouse,
when
though?
they came back to the thing.
I
Remember
don't know.
he was checking something on the floor.
Yeah,
And he was like,
trying to see.
he was like,
Y'all
y'all,
wash the
y'all wash
floors?"
these floors? And he said, yeah. And he was like, what they used to do here? And then he automatically got offensive.
uh-huh.
Like, man, I thought you niggas
'Cause
came
it
in here
probably
to
was the-
buy a juke joint.
It probably was the smell, and then it probably was the texture of blood. You know, because blood gonna leave different stains and shit.
Mhm. Yep. And then he
That's why I say what type of
yeah,
slaughterhouse.
he automatically got defensive. Like, I thought y'all came here to buy something. He was like, and y'all asking me all these questions.
Yeah.
Like, shit, like, what's going on?
No,
You
right.
see what I'm saying? I thought
Yeah,
this was
he
going to be an
changed the
open and
subject.
closed,
Yeah.
open and closed subject.
Yeah,
You know,
he
y'all
changed
coming
the
in here to
subject.
get this shit and get gone.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then they automatically started drawing their guns. Like, man, you trying to sell us some bullshit.
And that was another thing that I liked about the movie because that's how it actually was. I mean, up to a certain extent, black people weren't totally submissive.
Mm.
Some
Right.
black people like, yeah, fuck you, I'll kill you.
I'll kill you.
Yeah, I'll kill you.
Yeah. And I thought that it was really a trip that as he was turning people, he knew who to turn. He knew that he had to get married.
Yeah,
He knew that he had to get gingerbread or whatever
Yeah.
the dude's name is that was working the front door.
yeah.
See what I'm saying? I knew I had to get these particular people.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the reason why they were so upset when they didn't get Annie. You see what I'm saying?
But it was just them two. It was just Stack and
Mary.
Mary.
Right, because
They
they
were
knew.
the only two.
but-
They stopped whatever the fuck they were doing They were feasting. They was
Right.
like, and that's another deal that I want to bring up to you. His brother killed his wife.
Well, whenever he's biting Annie, he looked at his brother and said, "It's gonna be all right."
He did. He did.
He said, "It's gonna be all right."
Right.
Yeah, because he knew that his brother wouldn't want to go without Annie getting turned. So he looked at his brother as he was biting Annie, and he said, "It's gonna be all right." Like, I need you to. He told him when he was locked in that room. He said, "I can't do this without you."
He did.
So that was deep all by itself. Is that
Right.
he knew how to pressure his brother into going ahead and coming on over. Now, if I turn Annie, that make him want to convert even more now.
Right.
Like, just go ahead
And then
and
when he
just go
killed
with the
her,
flow.
man, they freaked.
Nah.
They freaked
fuck
on out.
Now, while we talking about turning, the thing that got me to is where they said, "Come on over," and you just be cold, and then you just ain't feeling the sun and stuff no more.
Right?
And these is black folks.
Yep.
This is where we get our medicine from.
Yep.
And
That and also with the joining, we're just a community.
Yep.
We don't give a fuck what color you are. We don't give a fuck about your race. We don't give a fuck about you male or female. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck about your race, your male or female, your religion. We're gonna be a family. We're gonna be a community.
But see,
and
that was the white man adding to that too.
Yes.
but see, I thought that it was really interesting that they needed Sammy because Sammy had the vibrational gift of being able to attract more people.
Well, he
So,
said
so if I got Sammy, I could have Sammy play, attract more people, and then as I got him in the juke joint or the party, I could just lock the doors and then they stuck.
it's
So-
a slaughterhouse.
It's a slaughterhouse after
Yeah.
that. But not only that, it also taps within to the frequency of what music does for people in the first place. That's the reason why they needed agents to be within the music business in the music field because I can attract more people
Yeah.
and then I can get them to do what I need them to
That's
do.
all I was thinking the whole time was, man, this is vibration.
Well, not only vibrational, but also I was thinking on a higher level, like, man, this is Hollywood.
This
It's
Hollywood.
the same thing
Yeah.
as people
Yeah.
going, man, it's the same thing as OJ saying, I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Yeah, right.
Once you think that you've passed that veil of
Yeah.
I'm not black anymore,
Right.
you see what I'm saying? And I belong within this realm of hierarchy,
Okay.
then what you going through don't pertain to me no
Anymore.
more. It's the same thing as what you saying is, man, why these people can't go back and then do something for the hood because they look at life through that lens now.
But if you watch the movie, the vampire told him, I need Sammy because I want to see my people again, and he can lift the veil.
That's
He said that
with his singing or with the guitar.
with his singing.
With his
Is
singing.
He said that his singing or his music or maybe his guitar, but I
that's
think
where I'm
it was-
stuck
I
at.
think he didn't want the guitar. He
He wanted his
Sammy.
ability.
He wanted Sammy's ability, and he said that Sammy can lift the veil, and I can see my people.
Because
again.
you remember at the beginning of the movie, they said that certain people have this quality within them to where they can speak to spirits. They
Right.
can speak to the ancestors. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they was breaking it down in all different forms of music to where once they're able to perform their gifts,
Yeah.
they're able to communicate with the other side.
Right.
So
My mama said they planned on slaughtering them.
oh yeah. That's what we was talking about earlier with them selling them a slaughterhouse basically, and it was the KKK that was doing it. That's why whenever he first got to that first couple's home, he looked up and he seen the KKK outfit.
Right.
So once he bit him and bit the woman, he
This is why
he took their memories.
This is why I felt like this movie was gonna be another one too. It's because of that.
Now,
It's
okay,
because
now listen to all what we talking about. Now, how can somebody sit up here and go, man, it was just a movie? How
don't
can anybody?
know.
How can anybody?
know,
Look
bro.
at all what we breaking
That's why
down,
I
and then
said,
somebody going, man,
no-
it's just a
nobody
movie.
would have paid attention, like you said before we even watched it, because they would have had to pay attention with their eye.
Thank you.
You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
Thank you.
And some of them is paying attention with their eye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look at all we just broke down, bro. And then everybody's like, man, it was just a movie. It is not just a movie.
Nah.
They breaking it down to you because I was even talking about with you trusting people and them infiltrating your system.
Circle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the spies of Mississippi.
Mississippi,
Whenever I
right,
seen the spies of
right.
Mississippi, that tripped me out because most of the people that took down the civil rights movement was preachers.
Right.
They was preachers. There was people that was rubbing shoulders with Malcolm X. It was people that was rubbing shoulders with Fred Hampton. It was people that was rubbing shoulders with Dr. Martin Luther King.
And every
last one of them, they looked just like you, and it was taking you down.
What was the tool though?
The tool is that I can go in here and I can change your life. I can affect your family.
Yeah.
Or you remember that petty crime you did back then? We know about that. We're going to put you in jail forever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They was using that as a tool to rub back off on you executing your brother on the other side. You see what I'm saying? So we had this powerful movement going on, because I'm going to say this right now. I think that's the last time black people have been together on one sound mind as a collective mind, as a unit, was the civil rights movement. I think that once that died out, that's when everybody just went, it was every man for himself. Yeah. That's the reason why you got some of our brothers, they like, I ain't about to make no rich nigga richer. That's the reason why they can say things like that, because it's every man for himself now. And that's the way it's been. That's the reason why we can't get on one accord, because it's dangerous too. The last time you seen something like that was Nipsey, and you seen what they did to him. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying?
Where did I just hear Nipsey?
But I kind of feel like that was because he was. I mean, he had a team, but he didn't have a team like, to move like he was moving.
Well, okay. Whenever Black Sam broke it down on how he was executed, he said that in order for somebody to know the order of how they move, would have had to been somebody from the hood to do it. He knew who had the guns and when to come back and then shoot Nipsey. So I thought that was deep all by itself.
That whole Nipsey thing from the video of the shooting was bullshit, because I wouldn't have left my friend, and they all scattered.
Yeah, but man, it's different. It's different whenever people being put in that situation,
man.
And then you seeing who a person really is.
You know who the target is, though.
You know who the target is.
Hold on, y'all. What's your name? Sunshine. What's your name? Bells.
Yes.
I can't hear her.
You can't hear her?
Yeah, she breaking up.
How about that? That's too much. Was you coming in to comment on the video, or what's up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, she drunk. What's going on?
I know, say, hey, man. Your ass. All right, fuck it, let's go, man.
Yeah, but say she saying something? She still on?
No, she ain't saying nothing. She just sitting there. But let's go, man.
Yeah, but I just thought that the way that they infiltrated and the way that the brother was, well, not even the brother, because I mean obviously he's a damn demon, but the way that he was bringing them this option, like yes, you'll be alone, but this side, but inside with yourself, you're gonna lose. Yeah, you're gonna lose your soul, but you know what I'm saying. But you're gonna be comforted. You're gonna be comforted. You're not gonna feel any more pain. Right. The ways of the world is not gonna matter anymore. And that's why I say that this kind of aligns with what's going on in the occult. What's going on with Hollywood? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna be black at the end of the day, but you one of us now, though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I thought that was deep within itself. Like you had to join. Yeah, you're gonna lose your soul. Yeah, you're gonna die on the inside. Yeah, but you're gonna be one of us after this. You're gonna be protected. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna have to go through none of this pain and suffering no more.
All this bullshit.
You know, you can get hanged tomorrow and it's not gonna matter.
It seemed like too that they going to like that they always was going to about the eternal life type deal where the what you call it, who was that was always trying to, they actually going after eternal life, so they dissecting melanated people to try to see where they can get on to the future past dying off because I think it's pretty soon.
Hey, who knows? But I also thought it was deep about the seven sins theory.
What?
Like, have y'all heard about that one? Like, they said that the young lady that came and she was married and she was coming to be a singer, she's the lust factor. Okay, and then they said that the greed factor was stacked. See what I'm saying? And then they also said that the revenge was smoke at the end of the movie. So they was like, it's kind of crazy how Ryan Coogler aligned all of these seven sins into the movie as well. And then they also had gluttony, or because I forget what the dude's name that was playing on the piano.
Delta Slim.
Because all he wanted to come was drink.
Yeah.
He ain't need no money.
He didn't
I
need
don't
no
need no
money, no
All I needed
food.
to do is just come in and drink.
He said, just drink,
Yeah.
and I'm good.
And then they said that the envy part was Mary, because Mary had to align with these white folks
Yeah.
playing both sides of the fence,
Yeah.
but she really wanted to be over here.
That was hard too, though, just because of like none of that stuff was like readily for you. So it was hard to like make that just be his narrative,
Right.
you know, because it's like I can't say this is what he doing, but we wasn't in that time to say like I couldn't get that beer that easy and know what it tastes like, and it's an Irish beer like what you were saying.
Oh well, yeah,
like,
yeah. You looking at it from a deeper factor, like
Yeah.
this is a beer that he's never gonna have the ability to be able to taste
Taste.
because of the position that he's in during that time frame.
Right.
So him being able to taste an Irish beer
Yeah, that's just
might have
for
just
white
been
folks.
like, yeah, you know what I mean. That
That's
might have
just-
been the icing on the cake for him.
Right.
Mhm.
Like, man,
That
I ain't
wa-
never
that
had
was
no
his
beer like
payment.
this before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't been on the chain gang before.
Right.
Yeah.
Because remember, he rode by the chain
Chain
gang, and
gang,
he
yeah.
knew every last one of them.
Yeah.
He said, I know all of them.
I know
You see what
all
I'm
of them,
saying?
yeah.
But that also breaks down music being a form of healing.
Yeah.
Like, man, music has always been around through our suffering, through anything we've been through. We've always had music at the end of the day. And like I said, that was the one thing that we could hold dear to our hearts. But once that got taken, once that got infiltrated, now you got Sexy Red.
I feel like it's still trying
You
to
know
go.
what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Now
I
you got
definitely
Sexy
get what you're
Red.
saying because they definitely
Yeah.
infiltrated. It's trying to still go on the uprise, but they threw in they Sexy Reds and all that, but you still got our Pimp C's that is gone.
Right.
But you still got those type of people that still putting like I can't remember old boy.
But they not being put on a pedestal.
No, they definitely not because they're not trying to push them up because that's not part of the system, and you know what the message is.
Right. Like, you know what I mean?
The
It's-
message is to keep us apart.
Right. That's the reason why the people that are talking about killing, the people that are talking about, drug dealing, the people that are talking about everything that's negative in the community, that's the reason why they get put on a pedestal. That's the reason why you still got artists that are out here doing their thing, like the artist that you just got through saying you was going to bring up. That's the reason why their music is suppressed or you're not hearing from them because they're speaking something real. That's the reason why the Devin the Dudes you're never going to see on a main stage like that. You see what I'm saying? You're never going to see a Zero on a main stage like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not going to see a Big Crit on the main stage like that. You're going to see them in the background, but you're going to see this guy that's pushing this bullshit on the main page because that's all he's talking about. So it's the same thing as how music has been the one thing that you can control, the one thing that vibrates with your soul, the one thing that that correlates what you've been throughout history, that you can put on a pedestal and it can be used as a healing factor for our people. But that's also been
The killer.
the killer.
Because they ain't been able to really.
That's
like-
also been gentrified.
But like you said, like we was talking about before the movie even came on, man, it's like not being able to and I have been saying this through a lot of our podcasts, man. It's been saying paying attention to yourself, and that's the starting point of you learning and actually accepting a lot of the stuff that's going on out here, or not accepting, but actually seeing the stuff that's going on, and you actually can see through the bullshit.
right?
That's you opening up your third eye with all the what they call imagery,
Mm-hmm.
the even stealing our frequencies.
Right.
Like I said, we've been studied, man, but it's up to you to
You've
go
been
ahead.
studied to a T. I still go back to that Django part where he breaks down the melanated skull and he says, "You see this little part? It's in the back of the skull."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought that was a deep little thing that that Quentin Tarantino threw into the movie. Like this part of the skull, this skull is about worshiping. You know what I mean? And he broke that down to Jamie Foxx. And I thought that shit within itself. You remember how you kept on saying they give us bits and pieces of our history right there in front of our face?
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Like he's trying to tell you, but it's in order for you to be able to catch it and then it resonate with your soul, you got to look deeper than just the movie, man. You see what I'm saying? I also like the fact that he threw in order for the vampires to enter, they had to be invited in.
You had to be invited in.
We just got through talking about cornbread,
Yeah.
and he had to be invited back in after he'd been through the juke
up?
joint
All
back
day.
all damn day long.
Yeah.
He been coming in back and forth, and they all sat there and go, "Now wait a minute,
Now you
now you need to be invited in."
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So that was deep. Now I don't know what happened at the end of the movie because they all just charged in at the end of the movie. I have no idea what happened at the end. But throughout the movie,
No. The Chinese lady said,
Thank you
"Come
for
on,
doing
motherfuckers."
Yeah, she the one that she the one that invited them in.
Her baby.
Yeah.
My daughter's at home. This
She-
motherfucker saying we
that's
gonna
why
have to see your daughter if you don't let us in.
she stabbed her man
Right.
and
Yeah,
sit there
she
and
did
looked
dig
at him.
Right. She
Like-
burnt to death.
Yeah, she's like,
she
I'm
was
gonna
on
say,
fire and stabbing
this is why I
heads.
say it's gonna be another one.
Yeah.
wow.
Because you left two of them alive.
I didn't catch that she said, "Come on in,
Yeah,
motherfucker."
she said, "Come on, motherfuckers."
That's why they came in the door.
Oh, yeah.
But I was wondering because I was like, "What happened at the end to where them needed to be invited in and they could just
she-
come on
she
in?"
invited
He
them
invited them. That's why they was trying to cover her mouth up and was stopping her and stuff. But she was like, no. Then they all ran to the table to get their weapons because they knew it was on.
Yeah.
She didn't went ahead and
Man,
invited them in.
She done killed everybody in the
She
motherfucker.
wanted to save her baby.
And
I
she
get it. Then take
and
your
he-
ass on outside.
But what was crazy, they
She
got
can't.
they
Why
got
you
the
want to?
memories.
Why you
That's
want to
what she
involve
told-
us into the
That's
situation?
what she told Smoke. You the soldier. You can stop this. She knew. She told him that. She said you can stop this, and he's like, how? She said you're the soldier. You know how to do this. So she had more faith in him than she did her own man.
Yeah, she was like, he can kill all these.
I
motherfuckers.
get it.
kill all
I
these
get it. But it's
motherfuckers.
the same thing as a motherfucker going to go get his loadout. You know, in the game, and we got good position. We on the sixth ring. We on the sixth ring. Everybody got their shit. Everybody got self-revolves. Everybody got
He
fucking
said he
kill
set
streak.
up, man.
Set up, and I gotta give me a gas mask.
I forgot my
Man,
man.
I gotta go hit this other loadie real quick. You know what I'm saying? You sacrifice the team for
wanted-
your own
yeah.
investment, bro.
She wanted to
Now,
save
now,
her
whenever
baby.
you die, now one of us gotta go out there and go get your ass back.
She wanted to save her baby. That was upmost to her. Was
Then
to save her
sneak out
baby.
on your own and say, "Hey, man,
She couldn't.
I gotta
She
go
know
do this
that.
shit."
If I go out, my baby's dead, they're gonna turn her, and she's gonna go home and kill her own baby.
But
And she-
remember they said they have each other's memories, and he was like, "I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna kill your baby. I know where he is."
Wait.
But where I'm stuck at, if you already got the memories and you killing the dad, if they live, they still got the memories still.
But it's an all out. That's her last gas,
To try to save her
desperate
baby.
thing to save her baby.
I got you.
And that's the reason why he said what he said to him. Because you got to remember, every time that he's trying to enter a building, he's manipulating somebody.
Right.
Appreciate
He
that.
manipulated the first couple with the gold.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then he's manipulating Stack or Smoke with Stack.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? He's always manipulating somebody to be able to get in.
Mhm.
So that's the reason why he told her in her language. He
Mhm.
said, "I know how you like to be licked."
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? He's like, and then I know where you keep where your baby's at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's fucking with her.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then that one person to go get the loadout is gonna fuck up everybody.
That's what he did.
And that's what
That's
she
what happened.
did.
That's what he did.
And I didn't realize that she
Yeah.
told him at the end of the movies
Yeah.
to go ahead and come on in.
Man,
That's
motherfucker.
some deep shit.
Because when I saw the threads on Twitter about
Wow.
that part, because they had a whole discussion about it, I thought maybe he had pulled her to the side or cornered her somewhere and talked to her. But then after I saw the movie, I was like, wow, that's even deeper, a little bit deeper, because she made that decision on her own.
Yeah, it fucked up everybody.
Well,
Everybody else got killed
Well,
because of you.
she told me.
Everybody got killed because of you. And then another thing that kind of tripped me out is why she was the one thinking about the baby at home when the dude was just sitting there. You seeing all this wild shit going on, bro? I gotta get the fuck up out of here. My kid's at home by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Why he wasn't on that level?
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting there trying to still kick it with the homies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And trying to see what the fuck's going on with the
That's why I
bros.
say, man,
And it's like, damn, bro, like you
in-
got a whole kid at home, and your lady got pulled you to the side and go, "Hey, man, we got little Susie at the house."
In that movie, there's so many metaphors and real life things that's in it that you can look at and go, it's like I thought of Tom at the beginning, because at the beginning when they were getting Sammy and they were at the truck and it was hidden in the trees, he said, well, let's just wait till next weekend. And we'll have the opening next week. He said, no, it's got to be tonight. It's got to be tonight. And I thought of Tom, because I'm like, if Tom, instead of leaving Starless and going to Roost, just went home because he went to Roost to get some vacuum bags that he had ordered so he could clean his house. If he just went home and went to sleep, I'd have Tom sitting here right now.
Yeah, but man,
I mean,
that's life.
That's life. And that's what I thought. That's when I heard him say that. He said, man, let's just do it next weekend. I mean, it's so much. It was just so much little.
And then if they would have did it next weekend, they wouldn't have got killed by the Klan either.
Right.
Because the Klan showed up later on that night.
Right. Yeah.
Or basically, it was that early morning.
Yeah.
But they was going to kill them as they was coming out the club.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right. Because they all drunk and sleepy.
All drunk,
right.
sleepy, and there was going to be a massacre in the morning.
Right. And if he had just said, okay, let's do it next weekend, they wouldn't have had to deal with the whole vampire thing. He'd have been moved on.
None of that. It would have just been a popping ass pop. It would have been like what Slim was saying.
Yeah. And because he said, no, man, it's too much shit going on. Just do it next weekend. He was Stack was like, no, man, we got to do it this weekend.
That's where I feel like, and I'm going to say this, man, this is where I be at. This is where I feel like people be going against their guys. And I say they guys because you ain't listening to it whenever it's telling you which way to go.
Yeah.
You're like, we
should
do it next week.
But on a deeper level, this is one and the same people. So this is your higher self and your lower self arguing with each other. And that's another thing that Ryan kind of gave us. Because you got one side of your brain going, man, let's just do it next weekend. And then you got the other envious part of your body going, man, but man, it's time to hit it right now. You see the sky?
And which one was said first?
See what I'm saying? And yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I'm still saying that it's the left and the right. It's the let's go down this fork of the road. Let's go down this fork of the road. But the decision could end your life.
Yeah. It's like having the God and the devil on your shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. It's the same thing. Like a red and a blue.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
The shit, they was like, we got to split up. We got to do this. We got to do that. You got to go here. It's just too much.
It's too much. Yep.
Let's just do it next weekend. We can get this shit all set up properly and then do it then. No. We got to do it now. We got to do it now. It's got to hit now. It's got to hit now.
Rushing it for some reason.
Yeah.
Did y'all notice that the amulet kept the other brother from being able to get bit by his brother?
Yep.
And then did you notice that he couldn't kill his brother at the end?
He ripped it off, though.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, he took it off because he was ready to go.
He's ready to die.
And he's dead, and that's his love.
Yeah,
his
ready.
Kid's gone.
He's ready to go.
Now Annie's gone, and I had to kill Annie. My brother's dead. I done had my brother die in my arms.
Yeah.
I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this world.
That's the reason why when he looked over.
A little bit of business. I got a handle.
Right. That's the reason why when he looked over, he was already ready to would give me the baby. He put the cigarette down. He was like, just give me the baby. But then this motherfucker started talking again. Oh, I got killed. And he had to spray his ass up first, and now it's okay to die.
Man, but did you see her face when she looked at him? She's like, damn, you just a mean motherfucker.
Yeah, she just kind of looked at him like, damn, bro.
Damn, nigga.
Like, man.
He couldn't die slowly.
Shoot him one time. You had to put the whole clip.
Had to let the whole clip go on that motherfucker.
Had to feel this real fast.
Yeah, you got to get all of this.
Like, nigga, you
That's
just ruined my moment. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly. And I thought that was deep by itself because it's like some shit you had to catch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he just let the whole clip go, and then I'm ready to die. Because whenever he got shot, he just kind of looked at it like, fuck it. I already knew this was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just deep. But I mean, man, shout out to Ryan Coogler, man. Shout out to the entire production of this team.
And he wrote all that shit.
I'm glad. But did you also read that he based this off of a family experience?
And that's what I didn't get. You see at the end where he had the claws still on, he was able to grow up and stuff.
Sammy, yeah.
So it's like they played it like it was a
like it was a documentary, like it was real
story,
like based on a real story. Yeah,
because that was Buddy Guy at the end.
Yeah, it was Buddy Guy at the end, but at the same damn time, did you see the scene where the big cousin was coming to talk to the little cousin? And he was still trying to entice him to go ahead and come on over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "Man, you close.
Come on, yeah,
close. You could do this for a long time if you just go ahead and come."
And he was already done with it, really.
Yeah, because it was trippy because whenever he first walked in, he asked them, can they come in?
Come in, and when he thought about it,
Shoe
he
said,
forgot about it.
Shoe said if they waited, the whole town would have been vampires.
Yeah. Well, okay, there you go. Because he converted the whole club.
He did.
He had them out there dancing, and they were going in countersink circles.
So what Shu was saying,
one circle
if
was
they-
going
if they
one
would've
way,
waited
and
till
then
the
he
next
had
week.
the other circle
what Shu was saying is if they didn't kill all of them that night,
yeah,
then all of the whole town would have been fucked.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but then you still got the two that ran off. But that was because of a deal, I guess.
It was a
It
deal.
was a deal between one person, the one that they
It was
wanted.
the deal between the two brothers.
Yeah, because he told him stay away from
Stay away from my little cousin, and I ain't gonna kill you, and we good. Cause my daughter was kind of confused. She said, "How come Michael B. Jordan, the one that got converted, didn't feel whenever Remick got hit in the head with the guitar?" And I said, "Baby, you got to remember that deal was already gone by the time they had him out there in the water, and they was baptizing. They was baptizing little Sammy, and was getting ready to turn him on over."
Yeah.
I said that deal was already over because that's the reason why Smoke was able to be out there to stab him in the first place.
Right.
He had already let his brother
Let
go
it go. Yes.
and made the deal with him.
Yeah. And also think about it. He whooped the vampire's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke whooped the vampire's ass.
Yeah.
He was.
And he had enough power to throw his brother in the shit and all kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
he
motherfucker
fucked
got
that
me
nigga
fucked up.
Yeah.
You know
got
what I
me
mean?
fucked up. You the little brother.
You the little brother. Like, you got me fucked up. Like, we're going to do this shit. We're going to do this shit right. Shit, yeah.
Fuck that motherfucker up.
Yeah, it was
Kill him.
getting ready to kill him. But
Right.
he was like, man, come on, man.
He said the big brother was whooping on the little brother. Like, you gotta remember, I'm still the big brother.
I mean,
Yeah.
even after death.
Yeah.
Even after death, like this is still a thing. But it's like it was just a trip that he came in there and smelt his little cousin and said, "Man," he was like, "You can go and still come on over,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you
You
keep
can
doing your
live,
thing."
keep on living, touring, and doing whatever you want to do.
Yep.
Just give up your warm side
Mm-hmm.
Your
for the
warm
cold
side.
side.
Yep. Give up that melanin.
But they made it look so good. He had the Coogee sweater on,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Old girl dressed nice,
Oh,
looking
nice.
good and shit. She's supposed
Yeah,
to be.
still got their youth.
Still
got their youth. They still in there talking shit.
Yeah.
That's why I said make it look so good. So if they was hiding vampires or vampires was hiding out to wait on their striking point,
Yeah.
Man, well, you got to think about
this
it, man.
movie would get a lot of people to
You got to think about it.
subconsciously go with
you
it.
don't know what these people are being presented with whenever they go behind these closed doors and then they got to sign these deals with these major record label companies.
Mhm. Yeah, you
These
don't
might
know
be
shit.
people that have been around for years and years and years.
It might be the vampires, like, man,
I'm just saying, man. It's
blood contracts.
there's always origin of a story.
And they
So you
they,
got-
they
so you
always
got-
been
you
saying
got-
reptilians.
Yep.
Yeah,
You got people
yeah.
that can't come out into the sun.
Right.
You got people that are really lusty over blood. You got people that are really lusty over culture. You see what I'm saying? Because when you think about vampires, there's also energy vampires. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's something I've always thought about for a long time.
You
And
got
that's-
culture vampires. You got all there's
the
when
energy-
the term vampire all by itself is not just
Blood sucking.
Right.
yeah, it's just not the
It's
mythical ideology
It's
of
not what we.
vampire.
That's what
it's-
There's always a deeper meaning of the word vampire.
It's us looking into it still, like, and knowing how we've been programmed,
Right.
and to know like that program gave you a program to focus on.
Exactly.
Now it's up to you.
And that's why I say that for some people that are not indoctrinated with the ways of the world, of course they looked at this movie and then just said it's just a movie.
Yeah, it's up to
But
you to
it's
go
not.
ahead and start dissecting it and doing your own research and letting your mind wander.
Right.
That's what they built all this off of our minds.
Mm-hmm.
So you not letting your mind wander and stopping it from actually accepting something that they showing you and thinking that it could be a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know that we haven't visited everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, it could be in what they call Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could be somewhere secluded, area 51 or the real area 51 that they ain't showing you.
Yep.
You know, the underground bunkers. It could be anything. You know, you just got to let your mind go ahead and work.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's behind the door that these people are signing.
Mhm.
So
We only
it's
been showed
interesting.
it in snippets, and they had already, like I told you, when we seen that that machine or whatever they had. I said old tech.
Old tech.
Old tech.
When they was talking about Mission Impossible, the new Mission Impossible, and And then they got this part where Tom Cruise is jumping into this box, and he's able to put on basically like an Iron Man suit, or kind of like a Professor X, deal to where he's able to tap into artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it was
like
so smart.
And he was like, "Old tech," and I was like, "You hit it right on the head."
They let us see
it's
it.
the tech that they want you to see.
Yeah, they let us see it. The stuff that they got that's working 10 times, 100 times better than that.
There's a windowless building in New York.
And it's open. I'm talking about.
Nobody gets to go in there. It's windowless. You can look it up. Look for the windowless building in New York. It's like 40, 50 stories. And you just see people every now and then, the service people go in, and that's it. And they say it's AT&T, Verizon.
Of course, it's what they're going to tell you.
They got their switches, but the building is windowless.
It's probably
There's no windows in it.
It's probably they portal, man. Or they.
Or you get into her, and then that motherfucker goes straight to the underground.
Yeah.
And then there's an entire city under there. You have no idea.
It might be the door to what
All I can tell you is the building is 40 or 50 stories, and it's windowless. Yep. And all you see is service people going in and out.
Yep.
That's it.
I mean, dude, I can't say where I'm at, but the place that I work at, there's spots that, I mean, people been there for 40, 50 years and ain't never been in a room.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a dude that's been working there for 20 years, and he's like, bro, since I've been here, I ain't never seen nobody go in that room. And I'm like, that is deep all by itself.
I work where he works.
That's deep all by itself.
I've worked where Nick works at, and it's places like that.
Like man, like dude, that's crazy. Like, even there for 20 plus years, and he's like, I've never seen anybody go in that room before.
Yeah.
And for me, that's alarming. Like, what the fuck?
Hidden rooms with hidden agendas.
Let's go ahead and get up out of here, man.
Oh, wait a minute.
We got to hold on. It's a pop show, man.
Yeah, my bad.
I saw this Twitter thread, and it was about this dude, Ray Vaughn. So I went and checked him out, and he reminds me a lot of K-Dot, of Kendrick Lamar.
Right. Wokeness or
I'm
just
play this one song, and he also reminds me of Baby Jack.
Wow.
So when I see him perform, I just think of Baby Jack. So I'm gonna run this video right quick. His name is Ray Vaughn. He's got a new album out called The Good, The Bad, and The Dollar Menu.
Ooh, we're gonna end this with some new music too. This shit just aligning with sinners.
And it's what Mr. Mitchell is telling y'all, to start sending your stuff in, and we can do this.
Yeah. Well, you want to go ahead and
I'm gonna run this right quick.
do your thing.
Boy, I mean, this shit has been a sinner's closeout. Well, we're gonna start it off with Shannon Sharpe and his situation.
Hell of a damn show, man.
And then we ended it out with some good music.
Yeah, man. Started with some good music too, man.
Started with some good music. Shout out to G Stallion again, man.
Yeah, man.
Did they not get to hear that because of the audio?
I don't know.
They probably did.
I don't know.
Well, we played your shit, G.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, it probably ain't on YouTube. It's on my Instagram. Well, no, it ain't gonna be on my Instagram either because I ain't plugged in. I'll play it again next week, man. The song go hard, man.
Song go hard.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can get this fired up.
Y'all see our engineer at work.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I need to spend more time learning how to work this shit.
That's why we don't fault him for nothing.
Nothing.
Shit.
It was still a damn good show, bro. Show was hard, man. It went hard. Yeah, but shout out again to Ryan Coogler, man. That shit went hard, brother.
Dope,
I'm most definitely gonna have that in the collection whenever it come out on the whatever the streams.
Ray Vaughn. This is Mr. Ray Vaughn. This is his song called Dollar Menu.
Actors, we can make you believe we know what we're doing, when in fact, we do not.
So that's his brother's money that he took.
Yeah. Damn. He took his brother's money. His mama about to air that motherfucker out.
Mama said, bring him his goddamn money back.
What? Shit.
Man, I'm gonna rate that album like 8.5. Man, he's got some other songs. He's talking about his mother's mental condition.
Obviously.
just some other stuff on there, man. It's a nice album. It was really nice. I've listened to it twice, and it's just pretty good. It reminds me of Good Kid, Mad City.
Right.
You know, he's got some bangers on there. He's got some thought pieces on there. He reminds me of K Dot.
Very wokish.
Yeah,
Got you.
yeah.
Nice.
Dope song, man. Dope song, man.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, man! If y'all haven't seen Sinners, man, y'all didn't watch the show. Watch the movie with us today because we didn't spoiled it.
Oh my God. We broke this motherfucker down through and through.
We told you everything, man.
Everything, man.
You know, you still can go see it, so you can plug.
Actually,
your
you
memory.
haven't told them anything. They
Nah,
still need to
they
go
still-
see it.
Yeah, you need to go see it and get your own
Because the thing about the movie is, also, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
The coloring, the
the way he
scene
shot it is
shots,
nice. Yeah.
It is.
I even
it's
like
a-
the scenes whenever he got their eyes glowing red. 'cause
Right.
it's trippy.
The screen, I mean, the vampire's death at the end, man, you would think it would have been kind of cheesy. Because, like I said, it's not really a super big budget movie.
Yeah.
Even that part
Yeah.
was.
They took it into a little.
Yeah. I mean,
He accepted
they
it, too.
put some time into it, you know, and made it look good. I mean, it was like, deep. The movie itself is beautiful. It's beautiful to see black people in that time where you always think of yourselves as being nothing at that time.
Well, you know, it always trips me out whenever I see that old painting of us in the juke joint.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I
I
can't
know
remember
what
what
you're
the
talking
what
about. It's
the
like
painting
on
is.
Good Times.
Yeah,
The
but
Good
it's
Times.
you know, everybody in there having a good time.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, just a time when people could let their hair down and be who they want to be. You know, and
I mean, homeboy's out in the field picking cotton with his wife.
right?
They sharecroppers. I mean, man, you know, the shack that Annie's in that's no protection from the winter.
Right.
You know, it's just a place where she can set up her stuff.
Right. I mean, hell, even the spot where little Sammy had to go to. I mean, I'm looking at the roofs, and the roofs, like, dude, if it
Yeah.
rain or something,
Something,
shit,
right.
that's the whole terminology. Going to get a bucket,
Yeah.
put underneath,
What-
you know, from where your roof got.
Ray
leaks in.
Vaughn's got a song where he said, "I got holes in my roof."
Right.
You know, the rain's coming in. I'm like, man, it's like all this shit's meshing up together.
Yeah,
But it's a beautiful movie, man. I
all
mean,
cold.
just to look at is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very well done. The dude did his shit with it. I mean, it's just not done on his cell phone.
Right.
You know, he did it right.
Shout out to all our producers, man, out there doing their damn thing, man, making productions look like what it's supposed to be.
That's
Yeah.
right, man. Shout out to Ron Coogler, man. He did his
Shout out
thing.
to Ron.
Now I can't wait for Black Panther 3.
Yeah, Black Panther 3. You know he about to go crazy.
Yeah,
He
I
about to
mean,
go crazy.
man,
Gotta have
if
Michael B.
he gets
Jordan up in
Denzel
there.
in
They said this is Denzel's farewell movie.
yeah,
So
if he gets
you know,
Denzel,
Denzel
and if
about to
I was
go.
Denzel, you know what? Yeah, this would be. I'll tell you, this is the end of my movie career. I'm gonna
this
end
is
it
it.
with this one.
Yeah.
To start with, I forget the one he's in where he's the Union soldier, and ended with Black Panther. Man, that would be some deep shit.
Yep. Yep.
Because that's the first time I saw Denzel was when he was a Union soldier, and then of course he was in God, man, the one with I forget the name of that movie where the black dudes describe how they had one soldier that was acting like a monkey for the white people, and after later on that night they cornered him and killed him. Said you out here acting like that for them white people. And he said I slit that motherfucker's throat. Yeah, man, and he was riding Denzel's ass the whole movie, man. Yeah, that would be a great way for Denzel to go out.
Yeah. Shout out to Denzel.
Shout out to y'all, man, for sticking with us through this whole.
And I'm
review,
sorry
man.
about that first part, man. I was like, why my phone ain't getting no sound?
Hey, like I
Man,
said, this
that
still
was
turned out to
fucked
be a
up, man.
great
How could
review.
I fuck that up?
We wasn't even talking about the movie yet, so yeah.
That shit
All
was
y'all missed
golden.
was some Shannon Sharpe talking shit. Talk.
Y'all can always go to Instagram, man, and catch the first part of it, man. I know that they heard it all, man. Go ahead and run it up. DM Creations over there, __ DM Creations __ Make sure y'all go to that Durka Durka podcast on YouTube. Like and subscribe, man. Run it up, especially on this one, man. This is gonna be the one. But make sure y'all go to our big go as well, man. Shout out to B Bells for jumping on the screen, man. I think she just wanted to be there. What's up?
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
What's this Money Waves doing? What is that Money Waves doing? You got it on your page.
Oh, that's an event that he had to move from a different location to over there. I forget what the
He's not
event
buying
is
the
called.
place. He just renting it.
Yeah, they just renting it.
It'd be a nice place to buy.
You know, a lot of this stuff would be nice for us to jump on and have an event space, man. Shout out to Keisha, man. She is all right after that debacle that went down last night, man. I heard it was a shooting up there.
Oh my God,
Oh
really?
man.
Yeah, some young kids.
YNs, boy.
Can't have that.
And it was about 50 shots. I heard.
You need a smoking stack up in there.
Man,
Yeah,
I mean,
fucking up the business.
Fucking
you
up
need
the
a smoking
business.
stack up in there.
I did ride past and I do see boards up, so I know it was true.
Really?
Yes, I'm
I
like,
hate to
dang.
hear that, bro.
Yeah, I sure hate it too, man. Us black folks need to teach our younger ones to do better and to know that it is not our right to be pointing guns at your own kind.
Hey man, I keep telling people this out here flirting with this gang shit. It's gonna be a crazy summer.
Well,
This
you're
year.
gonna end up in El Salvador.
And shout out to Marvin just jumping in saying, my bad what I missed, but this is the end of the show. We is an hour and 36 minutes in.
Yep.
So shout out to y'all that's been here this whole time, man, holding it down, man. We go live every Sunday, 5 o'clock, man. 5 o'clock. Sometimes on the dot as today. Sometimes we might be 15 minutes after. But as y'all can see,
Marvin, you
get
missed
your ass here.
you missed your big ass being here. That's what you missed.
You should have pulled up. You should have pulled up.
Shit, I thought you was coming through.
Yeah, man. Door is always open for the brothers. You know, you don't need no permission or nothing like that, man.
When
Pull
y'all
up.
gonna do the Durka Durka family tour thing? When y'all gonna get all y'all's buddies together?
We're gonna have to go to their house.
Hell yeah, because they ain't coming to us.
Well, y'all need
Ain't coming
to rent a venue or something.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come to
Some
their
little
house. We're gonna
small
have to
place
pop
so
up
you
on
can
each
get
one
them
of
all
them.
in the
Shit.
chair, and they can explain this Durka Durka stuff.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you talking about to talk it out, huh?
Yeah.
yeah.
What this mean to you?
Yeah, because Nick and Mr. Mitchell have some interesting friends. They got a. I mean, when Nori gets on, it always trips me out. He be talking shit just like with the rest of them, and then talk some other shit. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. They got some wild friends.
Yeah, man. Marvin said, laugh his ass off. He had, man, I had to go. I don't know if he talking about to the bathroom or to somewhere else.
But anyway.
Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all, man, for coming on in, commenting, just being loyal motherfucking viewers, man, because we know that the video is already running somewhere. Y'all looking at it. Y'all is always looking at it. Shout out to Big O as always, man. Y'all does y'all thing. Make sure y'all tap in to that DDC4L. That's Trey Deuce over here, and I'm Dirty D85, man.
Yeah, I would shout y'all out, but my phone dead. So
Phone is dead as
that's
you.
how long we've been talking.
Man, we've been on it, man. Yeah, I think I make sure I put mine at 100 before I even leave the house,
Yeah,
because I know that this
ain't a
motherfucker,
bad idea.
this motherfucker gonna be gone.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to y'all. Shout out to our ghost watchers, man. You know we can't forget about y'all,
Boy,
cause
we're gonna ride y'all ass to the sun.
I'm gonna ride it till this motherfucker's over.
Shit.
Cause we got #1 ghost watchers in the building. You know that they comment when you call them out. You know. All right, let's go. Shout out to y'all though again, man. Make sure y'all go to that Durka Durka podcast, man, on the YouTube, man, and catch it all like Pokemon. If it ain't nothing else, it's your boy Dirty,
Your boy Trey.
and we is out.
Yes, sir.
Marvin said don't call him out. Had to call you out, bro. Because you was supposed to be in the building. Now the building is gone.
Hey.
I got all the number ones pissed
Off
off
of this.
So I'll take a number
Missed
two,
moment.
'cause I know I'm the shit. Hit him with a
He
throwback,
said he
but
missed
they
his moment.
couldn't on repeat.
Missed
Back to
moment.
the future, 2 times with this
Sick James.
The motherfucker
It's
killer
time to
with the
shine.
flow. At the blunts for some stove. Oops, I'm high
Oh, I
on
got
the
it wrong.
drone. If
Time to
you think
shine.
I'm fly as a bird, so when it comes to
Yeah,
these
man, we
words,
had it
I
opened
go
up
so
for you, man.
absurd.
You
Throw
wasn't
your
ready.
throat to the curb if you ain't spit in the streets. Niggas ain't even bringing heat, but keep the skinny G's neat. Fucking down low, cruise can feel
Next week.
slugs from the heat.
See
Tucking
y'all.
your permanent scalp for testing G. Old
school capris. Hop out with the heat.
Yeah, that's my type of G, gang bang athletes. But we all running for she's, keeping rats in the trap. And they still wet while I race West Coast back.
I keep
Kush
in the blunt.
Nah, fuck you niggas up, 'cause your lyrics all